All right, Colin.
Hey, good afternoon. It's great to be on with you guys. Now, a challenge I've experienced for the last couple of years, I've been selling courses, doing training, and doing some coaching online since 2014. But it's been in a specific niche, a specific area, right? Like online business, sales, lead generation, that kind of thing. And I find myself stuck when I'm reaching out to people, offering my coaching services, just stuck. That's all I can offer to them. But outside of that, I've had a lot of personal things I've accomplished in my life: weight loss, massive amounts, online business, self-employment, a whole bunch of things I've accomplished in my life. But I feel internally, I feel I can only offer coaching around building an online business or selling or lead generation. Kind of niching as so that's a struggle of experience. How can I overcome that? Because I feel I can offer people more than that. And I find myself with the clients I have, we talk a lot of times about things outside of business, productivity and rest but I just feel when I'm reaching out, that's where I need to start the conversation.
Yeah. Tarita, I want you to come down, because Tarita is, like, to me, one of the greatest masters of creating clients in her life. And I mean, like, socially, Tarita pre-pandemic, right? Tarita would come to the school, Colin, and she'd be like, I'm going away on a vacation to the Bahamas. And she would come back and she would say to the class, well, I was like sitting with this person at the bar and I just started asking questions, and then they were on my calendar. So Tarita, do you want to, like, speak to this a little bit for Colin?
Yeah, I'd say that the best part about being a coach is you don't have to put yourself in a box. So as you're sharing, you're like, well, I'm used to being in this niche. You get to just invite someone, and the focus isn't on what you can provide them. It's what's showing up in their world. And from having conversations, you'll start to notice, oh, I have a background in this, or I could help you with that. And the more you do it, you'll just get more practice. You'll start to feel more comfortable saying, do you want to work on that? I have some ideas for you. Are you open to listening? So it's less focus on what I'm doing or how I could break myself out, and more focus on what does this person need and how can I provide it? So when I'm emailing people, I'm not saying, oh, my background's in corporate and HR, I could help you with that. It's more, let's set some time on the calendar and you tell me what's showing up for you and I'll listen. And you start from there. Is that helpful?
This is really good. That's very helpful. It's just me giving myself permission to, what I heard is me giving myself permission to step out of the box that
100%, Colin.
Myself in.
Right. We don't want to see people emails like, oh, our background's this and we did that. We want the focus to be, last time we talked, you told me X, Y, and Z, and I'm just wondering, how's that going? If it would serve, let's put some time on the calendar and start from there. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, Tarita, I so appreciate you. Tarita is such a great example, right? It's like, she, like, I sort of joke. I'm like, Tarita, like, could be in, like, I don't know. I'm thinking Tarita could be at a mortuary and somehow she would create conversations with people who are, this is a really bad joke, but I have a lot of death in my life right now. I'm like, she could help people in urns would start to have conversations with Tarita if Tarita was there. That's the kind of person Tarita is, but in a way, it's like, let's take anybody, right? Like Steve said, like, we can all do that. It's like, if the only thing you came away from this webinar today is, I'm going to get more willing to engage with a couple more people, 5% more people in 2022. Like, I'm going to get more on the court with that. That would change your 2022 for real. Let's do some closing words, right? Because we're at the last 4 minutes with, we have Tarita, we have Steven and Steve, right? You'll still have Amber and I, but so Tarita, final words that you want to say to anybody here about 2022 and what you would do if you were like, I'm going to do something to make my 2022 different. What would you say to a coach?
I think that the best part of us, the parts that we're the most insecure about, are the parts that actually make us great coaches. So you want to start to love the package that you're in. If it's you're young, if you're old, if you're this or you're that, or your life experience is X, Y, and Z, you get to bring all of that to your coaching. And that's what people connect with. That's what people want more of. They want more of you, and they're buying you. So the more that you can start to feel comfortable with that, no matter where you are, it will start to attract people, right? Like my story isn't that when I came to coaching, it was, oh, everyone's so much older, or they look different than me, or I'm so young, or I didn't go to business school, right? I'm from the South Side of Chicago. My family was X, Y, and Z. All of those things made me who I am. And it's an invitation for other people to be themselves. That's why I like this profession so much. So that's my
Awesome.
advice.
Thanks, Tarita.